Good afternoon, gals, and we're back. It's about 4:20, April 28th, 2014. I'll give you guys a quick weather update from my Weather Channel app. Right now, it's New Rochelle at 63 degrees, mostly cloudy. It's going to be pretty cloudy until about 7 p.m., and then sunset is exactly 7:47 p.m. It looks like it's going to be a pretty warm night. It's going to be 57, all in the 50s. So keep your windows open. It's going to be a beautiful night. This week, Tuesday, it's going to rain. Wednesday, it's going to rain. Thursday, it's going to rain. Friday, it's going to be nice. Saturday, it looks like it's going to be pretty cloudy. And the temperatures for that are the high for Tuesday, 52, low 43. Wednesday, high 48, low 48. So I guess it's going to be all one temperature the whole 24 hours. Interesting. Even when it's raining. Thursday, oh man, the high is going to be 72 and the low is going to be 48. Oh gosh. So while it's raining, it's going to be all frizzy and humid and gross. Ugh, I'm staying inside my house. No way, no way. And Friday, when it's mostly cloudy or partly sunny, whatever, high 64, low 46. Saturday, cloudy, high 64, low 46. Okay, so to continue with our world news, we got a lot more in-depth topics from the 10 things to know today. So, our next story is South Korea's Prime Minister announced his resignation Sunday morning, taking responsibility for the slow initial reaction to a ferry sinking that has left nearly 200 dead and scores more still missing. As you heard earlier, there's the ferry boat in South Korea capsized and was full of South Korean students, and when divers went down there to go look for them, there was just all bodies in the ferry, and like a whole cabin of like 46 young girls, and they were all trapped in there, and it was really, really sad. Prime Minister Chung Hong-won explained his decision on national television. He apologized on behalf of the government for the many problems that arose during the first response and the subsequent rescue operation, in addition to problems that existed before the accident. During the search process, the government took inadequate measures and disappointed the public, Chung said. I should take responsibility for everything as the Prime Minister, but the government can assume no more. So I will resign as Prime Minister. Chung urged South Koreans to stand united rather than divided. This is not the time for blaming each other, but for finishing the rescue operation and dealing with the accident, he said. In order to get over these difficult times, I asked the citizens for help. I mean, I guess, yeah, you messed up and the responding was late and you take responsibility for that, but you're the Prime Minister. Why would you be resigning over, like, not to belittle this incident or this accident, but why would you resign because of that? You know what I mean? Like, you're a Prime Minister, you're a leader of South Korea, which is a very vital part, like, nowadays in the world. If you think about it, it's right next to communist North Korea. It's an ally of the United States. A lot has been going on. North Korea and South Korea almost started World War III a couple weeks ago. So it's really interesting that he could so easily not so easily, but he could just resign like that after such an incident. Not to belittle the accident or the incident, I'm just saying it's very strange. Obama would never do that. And you could take that as a good thing or a bad thing, whatever. Okay, number 4. John Paul the 23rd, hopefully I got that right, XXIII, and John Paul II canonized. Pope Francis elevated 2 of his predecessors, John the 23rd and John Paul II, to sainthood on Sunday in the Church's first ever dual canonization ceremony. Notably, it was also the first time 2 living popes were present at the same canonization. Francis's immediate predecessor, Benedict the 16th, who resigned last year, attended the ceremony, as did an estimated crowd of 800,000. Wow. If you think about it, I guess Christianity is just such, Christianity, Catholicism, whatever, it's such a huge religion, and even though Islam and Buddhism and Hinduism, it's starting to pretty much overrun the Christianity and Catholicism. If people watched when Pope Francis was elected Pope, and you saw the TV and how many people were like watching and in Rome for the unveiling of the next pope. It was crazy. Like people of all over the world, like Brazil, so many Spanish countries, so many not so much European countries. I didn't see a lot of American flags there. I might have seen like one or two, but a lot of Spanish countries, believe it or not, like South American countries and stuff like that. So it was really nice to see that. New York may become first state to ban condoms as evidence. Ooh, this is interesting. A bill before the New York legislature would prohibit police in the state from seizing condoms and using them as evidence in prostitution cases. The city dispenses free condoms to combat unwanted pregnancies and sexually transmitted diseases, though police routinely take them right back from suspected prostitutes, an action critics say undermines the public health initiative. The legislation passed the state assembly last year, and the Senate could take action on it shortly. I don't really understand this. I guess seizing condoms and using them as evidence in prostitution cases. So I guess prostitution cases meaning the prostitutes are being convicted of prostitution, or the cops are saying that these prostitutes are being raped and that the used condom is evidence. I don't really know. That's an interesting fact. But then again, how would you... Well, then that makes sense. The first state to ban condoms as evidence, but then you're banning condoms from all different cases. So, like, rape cases, you're banning it, but that's huge evidence. Like, that's a huge thing for rape cases. And what about murder cases? Like, rape and murder. You know what I mean? But for prostitution, I guess that works out, but you can't just have one... Like, you could only do it for prostitution cases. That's kind of strange. And for one of the biggest news stories today, George Clooney is engaged. Everyone who thought that this would not ever happen has been proven wrong. I can't believe it. So, George Clooney is engaged to Amal Alamundan, and now even his own mother is speaking out, so you know it's true. How does Nina Clooney really feel about Alamudin? You can say I'm extremely happy, Nina told the Daily Mail. Amal's a lovely girl. And it turns out Clooney introduced Alamudin to his parents a long time ago, which means they may well have been dating on the down low for quite a while. Nina told the Mail that her notorious Playboy son introduced Alamudin to his family for the first time over a year ago. I like her very much, Nina said. Noting that Alamudin has both brains and beauty. Nina added, "We weren't at all surprised when they told us that they were engaged, and we couldn't be happier for them. On an intellectual level, they are equals. That is very important to him. Amal's world couldn't be more different from the Hollywood lifestyle." When asked if Alamudin is anything like Clooney's model exes, Nina cried, "Heavens no. She's a lawyer. She's brilliant. She is a very bright woman and at the very top of her career. Wow, shade much." That's interesting. Wow, I cannot believe that he's actually going to get married. Like, that's crazy. Well, I won't believe it until they're married for a long time. She's a beautiful girl, though. She looks, I guess she's Middle Eastern. I mean, you know, from that name, how could you not think that she's Middle Eastern? Not to be racist or anything. I don't think that's racist. Doesn't sound racist. Okay, and now for the biggest story of today, the main event. So, what everyone has been talking about lately is Donald Sterling. Now, for any of you who don't know who Donald Sterling is, he is the Los Angeles Clippers owner. And the LA Clippers owner, this is the story. LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling told his girlfriend he does not want her bringing black people to his games, including Magic Johnson, and it's all on tape. And I have the sound bites. I don't have the whole sound bites because I don't want to bore you guys, but I will play some sound bites in a moment. I will continue to read this. So, TMZ Sports has obtained audio of Sterling making racist declarations to during a heated argument on April 9th with V. Stiviano after she posted a photo on Instagram posing with Magic Johnson. And V. Stiviano is his longtime girlfriend, as you can tell. And she says on tape, like, you know, I'm mixed. How could you even say that? Like, how could you even be racist against other people? When I looked up how old, like, Googled Donald Sterling and what he looked like and everything, and it said that he was born in 1933. And hold on, I need to. And if you think about it, not to protect him or anything, but if you're born in 1933, do the math. You were in your, late 20s, late 30s, early 30s, when there was the civil rights movement, and in the 40s where racism was not, like, such a heated thing. So I mean, I can understand why he is so racist. It's because of the culture that he grew up in, but that's still no excuse. So, Sterling rails on Stiviano, who ironically is black and Mexican. So how could you be racist? For putting herself out in public with a black person. She has since taken the picture down, but it doesn't end there. You have to listen to the audio to fully grasp the magnitude of Sterling's racist worldview. Here is a short soundbite of what Sterling had to say. And these are, like I said, it's not the extended version. What he says, what they're saying back and forth is what their conversation is.
People call you and tell you that I have black people on my Instagram, and it bothers you.
Yeah, it bothers me a lot that you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people. You have to?
You associate with black people.
I'm not you and you're not me. You're supposed to be a delicate white or a delicate Latina girl.
I saw someone I admire Magic Johnson.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's made a lot of changes for his community, for the world, for the people, for the minorities. He's helped a lot of people.
Why are you forcing this down my throat? I'm finished talking to you. I have nothing more to say.
And I took a picture with someone I admire.
Good.
And he happens to be black, and I'm sorry.
I think it's nice that you admire him. I know him well, and he should be admired. And I'm just saying that it's too bad you can't admire him privately. And during your entire life, your whole life, admire him. Bring him here, feed him, him. I don't care. You can do anything. But don't put him on an Instagram for the world has to see, so they have to call me. And don't bring him into my games, okay?
So that was just a couple sound bites. You can check out the full audio clip on I got it from TMZ.com, and TMZ is actually the people who first reported the story, because I think she might have set him up. If you think about it, like, how could you? Well, she had to have set him up, obviously. Like, who could have recorded that conversation? But it's really sad. The LA Clippers. Oh, and also, the LA Clippers took a public stand together against Donald Sterling, their owner, when they stepped on the court for today's playoff game. I'm sorry, not today's playoff game. They didn't play today. This is before. Starting with throwing their Clippers warm-up jackets in a pile at center court. The team has also decided to wear their warm-up shirts inside out, hiding the Clippers logo. As for the players on the court, they're all sporting the regular jerseys, right side out, along with black wristbands and black socks to symbolize their disdain for Sterling. And a lot of people have been talking about this situation and how, and a lot of players have been talking about it. Magic Johnson talked about it, how he was so disgusted. There's actually a quote from Michael Jordan about him. It's an article I'll show you guys real quick. This is what happened. I'll read it to you. Charlotte Bobcats owner Michael Jordan spoke up Sunday on the racially insensitive comments reportedly made by Clippers owner Donald Sterling. The NBA is investigating the issue, and Commissioner Adam Silver will not take immediate action against Sterling, but Jordan said the league must not tolerate discrimination in a statement. Quote, I look at this from two perspectives, as a current owner and a former player. As an owner, I'm obviously disgusted that a fellow team owner could hold such sickening and offensive views. I'm confident that Adam Silver will make a full investigation and take appropriate action quickly. As a former player, I'm completely outraged. There is no room in the NBA or anywhere else for the kind of racism and hatred that Mr. Sterling allegedly expressed. In a league where the majority of players are African American, we cannot and must not tolerate discrimination at any level. Jordan's strong comments, along with those of President Barack Obama, Lakers legend Magic Johnson, and Heat star LeBron James, put considerable pressure on the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. And Michael Jordan said again, "I am appalled that this type of ignorance still exists within our country and at the highest level of our sports." So as you can see, people are going nuts over this, and you know what? Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Especially nowadays, where our president is black, and just because I don't agree with some of his political terms, he is the president of the United States. He won fair and square, but our president is black. Look at all the powerful people in Congress, all world leaders who are African American and who are black. And even Michael Jordan said, if you're a team owner in a league where the majority of the players are African American, how could you hold such racist views? That's kind of contradictory. It just makes no sense. And people are outraged. And not only fans and players and other people, but a lot of sponsors are dropping the Clippers. CarMax statement ending CarMax, the company, their statement ending Clippers sponsorship deal. CarMax finds the statements attributed to the Clippers owner completely unacceptable. So all of their sponsors that the Clippers have, they're completely dropping them, and he must be going berserk because now look at him. But he does have a right to due process for the NBA hearing. Something that's kind of not strange or anything, but Chris Paul, which he is, I don't know basketball that well, so if I mess up some names or organization names, I'm sorry, but Chris Paul, who is apparently like a great player, I see him on like Adidas commercials or Nike commercials with State Farm commercials. He is the president of the I think it's the National Players Association for the NBA, and he's the president, and he wants to be fully in there, making sure that they're launching a full investigation right up in there, because he's upset, and that's the team he plays for, and it's just really embarrassing and upsetting that somebody could feel that way. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick musical break, so don't go anywhere, guys, because we'll be right back.